Vocalist that smokes.
Yeah.
That brings me back. Oh man, this is gonna be a good time. And we're back. Episode 83. I am joined by my that's right. Brian died. Brian's not here anymore. I am joined by the vocalist of the band Empty, which is confusing if you try to Google him and you go Empty, and then you just look up Empty Tour. It's an Empty Tour. But we're here with the vocalist for Empty, Gary Spears. What's going on, dude?
Oh, not much, man. I'm just hanging out. Yeah, we got shows happening, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm just hanging.
Tons of shows. I can't believe we pulled you straight out of a show to do this interview. It's fucking crazy. You should be on stage right now.
I should be, but they can wait on me. It's fine.
Make them wait. I'm seeing you smoke. I gotta know, as a vocalist that smokes, I'm sure your managers give you a bunch of bullshit for it. What is your preferred brand?
I smoke Camel Crush menthol exclusively.
Exclusively. So if you bum a smoke and I have a Marlboro, you don't want it.
If I'm that doubted bad.
Oh.
Yeah, but usually I come prepared because when I play shows or when I'm sitting here in this situation where I'm just talking to somebody, I can go on and on and on, and I just will finish one and then light the next one ready to go. Yeah, I have a bad chain smoking habit. It's
I'm a former smoker, so I have some sympathy for you. Before we all fully judge you, how old are you?
I'm 24.
All right. He's got plenty of time to quit. Don't give him a hard time. Jesus Christ, people. Smoking's hard, man. I smoked for a while. It was a bitch. It controlled me, and then I did the vaping thing. I was a douchebag for 2 years, and then I quit that too.
I did that for a while. I've quit which is stupid to say that you quit because I'm still smoking. But
you quit at one point, yeah. You quitted it
4 times. One time I did the vape thing. That didn't really cut it. There was one time that I quit altogether. The best thing that worked for me is I just bought a big bag of sunflower seeds.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oral fixation.
Chewed those for 3 days, and I was good. I was completely smoke-free for about 4 months, and then we went on that Sleeper tour back in 2019, and then so much shit happened, and I was like, I need a cigarette.
If I was on tour with Sleeper, I'd probably smoke too. That just seems like a whiskey and cigarette type of tour.
It very much is. It very 10,000% is a whiskey and cigarette tour.
I'm glad I'm not wrong on that. Your album Made of Fire recently dropped. I've seen a great response for it on Twitter. Did you have any sort of goal when you set out to record this record, and did you achieve it?
What I wanted to do with this album is I wanted to make something that wasn't a nostalgia album like we had previously done. Something that, of course, it incorporates all the elements of all the kinds of music that I listen to, as opposed to just the metalcore, post-hardcore stuff that I listen to. And I wanted to make something that was unique to us, that when somebody's listening to it, they're like, I don't really know anybody else that's doing this exact thing right now.
That's okay. I give you that, because I talked to you a little bit and I said, I'm glad this record came out because we don't have this right now. There's a bunch of bands that might try to do that blend of singing and screaming, but it's like a fraction. If you do 40-60 or 50-50, you're a totally different band.
Right.
I really dig Empty style because you guys are alternative. I don't know if you get offended by different genres, but that was the vibe I got, that it was kind of alternative, maybe post-hardcore, but it's your alternative was screaming. You're alternative kind of emo with screaming.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've called this record, just because there's so much going on from track to track. It's we'll have these pop rock songs, and then we'll have these Letting Go. I call that our Taking Back Sunday song. It's super emo. And then we have these trap metalcore songs. So
Trust Nobody. Yeah.
So we've been calling it an alternative trapcore record.
Alternative trapcore. There's definitely nobody doing that, because if they're going alternative, they usually don't mess with anything trap or hip hop. So right. I like the vibe a lot. I guess that's the best way to describe your band to someone who's deaf. Jamie, mark that one off the list. What does an Empty live show look like? Not an empty venue, but an empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So our shows, I mean, we go buck wild. Our whole thing is that I think that you paid for a performance, so I'm going to give you a performance. If you just wanted to listen to me sing pretty, then you can just go on Spotify and stream the album. Like any show we just did a show yesterday, and I'm climbing on the rafters.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah. Jason Butler is my absolute idol.
Okay.
Yeah. First time I went to Warped Tour, I was like 14, and Let Live was the first band that I saw that day. Man, jumped into a trash can, then jumped into the crowd, and I was like, I want to be that guy. That is the guy. So that's what empty shows look like, and I've talked about that a few times. That like, I want to do something that you're not expecting, because especially empty, we're still like a new band, we're a small band, and when we go on tours with bands, typically we're the first opener or the second opener of the tour package. So it's like, in that, I have very little time to actually capture somebody's attention and make them want to listen to my band.
That's what every band on like Warped Tour needs to realize, because they have shorter sets and everyone's kind of walking by. If they haven't heard of you already, it's like, they need to grab you. Of course, we don't have Warped Tour anymore because every rock tour has died. R.I.P.
Right.
Oh, sadness. What would you say is the most personal song to you on this record, Made of Fire?
I would say the most personal song for me would be Letting Go. I had just gotten out of like what at the time that I thought was like a super good relationship, and then like out of
they all seem really good at first.
Yeah, it was like super good, and like I was under the impression that we were all good. Like I was super happy with this person, and then kind of out of left field, like shit just went bad, and then I wasn't in that relationship anymore. Just like kind of all of a sudden one day, and and that kind of ate me up for a while. Like after that, I mean, like I had just started writing a few songs. Like we had written Temporary High and tracked the demo for it and everything. But after that had happened, I didn't write music for like 3 months. And This was the song that I came back to.
Your return to like music from being...
Yeah, like completely being in the place of like, I don't even want to, like, I don't even care about anything else. Like, I don't want to do music. I don't want to do anything productive. I just felt like I was kind of just like wallowing in my self-pity for like 3 months. So,
perfect.
Yeah. So with that song, that was a super personal song for me. And I felt like that was a good song for me to like come back to, and to like, okay, now I'm back on it. I'm writing. Let's like finish this album out.
Is that your favorite song on the record, or is there...
Yeah, that's 100% my favorite song on the record.
Makes sense. I would say my favorite songs are going to be Made of Fire, Vicious Riches. That's got another tongue twister. Vicious Riches, yeah. Which is something I shouldn't say after a couple Dos Equis. And, I really like the song I Should Hate You, because it seems like a song that like 17-year-old me would have appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah, that song is also about it's about the same situation as Letting Go, but in like, it's kind of like the two ends of the same coin. Like Letting Go is more about like how I felt about it personally within myself, kind of like I'm gonna blame myself for this situation, and I Should Hate You is more like, no, fuck you kind of song.
Yeah, no, I dig it. What is Vicious Riches about?
All right, so Vicious Riches, 10,000%. When we wrote it, it was a joke.
Okay.
That song was absolutely a joke. We wrote that song in studio with our producer John, and we were just like running out of things to write songs about one day, and like we were just like, yo, what if we just wrote a song that was about like, if I had like millions of dollars, how would I get revenge on somebody?
Oh my. I figured the song was either about greed or maybe it was like a message about capitalism, but okay.
It was totally a joke. It was totally just supposed to be like, okay, well, like if I had millions of dollars, like what would I do? You know, like I'd buy a plane and like crash it into your house.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But like when we put all like the instrumentals on it and we wrote like the breakdown for it, like we were listening to the whole thing through and we were like, nah, this is like too sick to not put on the album.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you put it on the record. I dig it. We're 2 weeks removed from its release, so you've already heard this record 1,000 times more than we have. How are you going in the next time up and topping it?
Like,
also, by the way,
what do
we're
you
at
mean?
3 cigarettes now. That's a cigarette counter in case you needed it.
We got a cigarette counter.
Like, okay, so Made of Fire is dope. You went in, it's alternative, it's screamy. You got the emo songs. We haven't toured off it because we're still doing that right now. But like, you've heard these records and these songs way more than we have, so it's like you've had a couple months on it probably. How do you feel like you're gonna go in album number 2 and top it, or what are you feeling so far? Obviously, you probably don't have anything written. I mean, unless you do, that's cool.
We've already started writing stuff for.
Oh
for the
shit!
Yeah, so here's the thing: is like by the time, for like the most part, we spend so much time like listening to these songs, and like the thing that I love about music the most is like working with different people. So like, I have my band, and it's like I've been like writing songs with these dudes for like God knows how long. But then it's like when we go in and write with a different producer, it's like they bring so many different ideas to the table, and I learn so many new things that like I'm like, okay, I have all these ideas right now that I want to do for other songs, but I can't do them on this album because we already have like 11 songs for this album. So I've already got like ideas, and literally like we came home and like a couple of weeks later we were already writing new riffs for whatever release number 3 is going to be.
Perfect. Good to hear it. There's a lot of bands that like they drop a record like not even a band, I'll say like artists, because like Kendrick Lamar is known to do that. Like it's been like 2 or 3 years. Some artists, they drop like an album a year, and as a fan, it's like I'm always impatient as shit, so it's cool to hear that.
It also works with just the way that like music is today. Like I think it's more beneficial, especially for smaller artists, to release more music consistently, because I think that the whole like, unless you're already an established bigger band, the let's do one album every 2 years cycle, I think that's like kind of an outdated way to do music now.
Yeah, especially like streaming changed the game. I mean, now I'm hearing like, why don't I asked someone, why doesn't this band or this band get picked for a festival, and they're like, oh, it's all boils down to metrics. It's all about your streams and how often people listen to you and the demographic. I'm like, oh, shoot me, man, this numbers are ruining music. We don't need more math.
Me and Ian were just talking about this like 2 days ago, where it was like, it sucks, man, because like that's like how you get picked for tours. That's how you get picked for festivals, is how many monthly listeners do you have on your Spotify?
Oh, dude, does Apple Music count? Because I've been streaming the shit out this record. They're not going to count my Apple Music streams. This is bogus.
Probably not. And the only reason is because I can't go on Apple Music and see how many times somebody streamed a song. I can go on Spotify and see how many monthly listeners every artist has.
This is bullshit. So I have to conform and be a Spotify person to support these artists.
Pretty much.
I've been buying vinyl like crazy. That's another thing. When do we get vinyl? I'm sure you've been bugged about that on your Instagram or something.
So we have hit up, and this is number 4. We hit up our A&R about it. We were like, yo, so like we didn't get vinyl for the last album. We need it for this album. He was like, okay, so here's the deal. He was like, I just tried to call and like get an estimated time when we could get vinyl. He was like, everybody and their mom is trying to release an album right now, so everybody wants vinyl right now. So normally the turnaround time for vinyl once you put the order in is like 3 months. Now it's like 8 to 12.
It's forever.
Yeah. So it's like, so we might have vinyl by like summer of 2022.
Oh, dope. So by record number 2, you'll have vinyl for number 1.
Yeah.
That'll be hot. Man, that sucks because you guys have hot pink on the front, so you assume there'd be like a hot pink variant, and I'm all for it.
Exactly.
Oh man. So listening to this record, it's like I said, there's a couple songs on here that make me think like 17-year-old Matt would have appreciated it,
Right.
especially the emo vibe. Like these are records I would have listened to get me over some sort of breakup. I want to know what high school was like for you.
Oh, high school was hell for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was okay. So I live in South Carolina. I went to Conway High School, which is like middle of bumfuck nowhere. Everybody talks like this. I was literally one of like 3 like emo kids in my high school.
Oh,
High
they probably
school
thought
was,
you were the weird ones.
oh yeah, there was like it was that thing where like they're all like backwoods like hillbilly type people, so anything they don't understand is like gay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they obviously didn't like me because they were like, why the fuck is this guy wearing skin tight pants? That's not normal.
Skinny jeans, long hair, any of that will be questionable out
It was
there.
all questionable.
This cut out when you said where you live. Did you say South Carolina?
I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. I've been there plenty of times. Yeah, I actually don't ask me why, but for 3 years I lived in Lumberton, North Carolina.
Got you.
Awful place. Just god awful.
There.
No.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of great times in Myrtle Beach though. Oh man, a couple acid trips, a lot of weed. Yeah, I never got arrested out there though.
right. Like it's fine now, but like when I was in high school, it's like South Carolina and Conway specifically where I was at, it was just like everybody's so behind like time wise that like it like these kids watching me like walk around the school was like nothing they had ever seen before. I might as well have been like them.
When
so
you said you said the only 3 emo kids in your high school, I kind of knew the only 3 emo kids in that town, and like I was older, I was out of high school, but I felt for them. It's like everyone thinks you're devil worshippers, they think you're gay, they think like all these different things. Like I mean I definitely understand. Like you know that band Palais Royale, people know them. I was out in Nashville with them one time, and someone out of a bar, probably inebriated, came up and said, "Are y'all queer or are y'all in a band?" And that's pretty much sums up how they think.
Yeah,
the response was great though. He said, "Why can't it be both?"
Why can't it be both? Yeah, because it's like now it's like I don't know. I mean, if like it still happens around here, where I'll have some like dumb fuck in a truck like pull up next to me and be like, "Are you gay?" And I'm just gonna be like, "Dog, it's like 2021. Like, if I am, like, whatever, you know."
Yeah, but it's a totally different thing to them. It's viewed completely different to people like that.
Oh yeah, we're in the Bible Belt, man. Like to them, like being gay is like the worst thing that you could be.
Yeah, the Bible Belt's fun. I always tell people, like, because I'm in Texas now. I spent time in North Carolina. Like, this is going to be this whole little stretch of the U.S. going to be the last states to get weed legalized. Like, some of the states, I forget if South Carolina has the ABC store, but some states are controlled, their liquor is controlled by the state. That's pathetic.
Yeah, we have the ABC stores.
Oh, I hate those. I hate them.
Yeah, so here's the crazy thing, and I was just telling another band about this the other day because they didn't have any idea. But I was like, yeah, like weed is super frowned upon. Like it's crazy whenever it comes to like state to state how harsh they like will pin you for it. But I mean, like if you have a gram on you, you get caught in South Carolina, they'll put you up for the night for sure.
Full transparency, I got caught with some weed in North Carolina. I got caught with like less than shake. Like, all right, all my real weed smokers know what's up. If you have just a little bit of bud left and you smoke cigarettes, which I think you can relate, you have the cellophane on the cigarette is the last thing you got to hold your bud. And you could take it, you could fold it over, and you can make a little tiny purse if you melt it with your lighter. It's perfect. Well, I had that, and it was nothing but shake. Flakes. Just flakes of bud. But they already got my bong and all this other shit, and I gave it up. You know, I'm not gonna, it smells like bud. They already got me. I gave it up, and they tore the whole car apart. Just couldn't tell the difference in weed smell, and no, that was awful. It's not like California. California, they'll throw it on the ground, stomp it out, and be cool. Now they don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, it's like here, it's like it's crazy, like how they react about it. Like weed is like the worst fucking thing to them. Like, and that's all the cops here are concerned about is like they're just trying to bust teenagers for weed. That's it. 24/7. And then, but like weed's super frowned upon, but you can go to the boulevard and buy yourself all the salvia that you want.
I was gonna say prostitutes. There's like I get the prostitute vibe late nights in Myrtle Beach.
A lot of prostitutes in Myrtle Beach for sure.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, I mean that's like whatever here too. But I'm just like, weed's bad, but you can buy all the salvia that you want off the boulevard.
People have killed other people on salvia. Weed doesn't make you trip out like that.
Right, it's crazy to me. And it's like you can just buy that in a store here. Like that's legal here.
Dude, tell me this still doesn't go on, but when I lived out there, they had Bike Week in Myrtle Beach, and they still segregated it where they did like a Black Bike Week. That still goes on?
Yep.
That's
we just Bike Week like a month ago, and then Black Bike Week is like 2 weeks later.
It's now, is that the official name on flyers and shit? Because it just seems so inappropriate.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
they put it on the flyers.
Yeah, I have some redneck cousins who didn't speak favorably of that.
It's so wild. It's just like I didn't realize that like racism and segregation was so like rampant in the bike community.
You know what? I think about it and I'm like, it's awful. But at the same time, if you combine them, because they've been separate for so long and they're probably stuck in whatever way, you combine them now, it's going to be ugly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can't, I don't think you can fix it now.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. People here are so, like, their whole, like, mindsets on everything, and just, like, where they're at, and, like, you have a lot of people that go, I'm not racist, but here.
All my cousins.
Yeah.
Every sentence, yeah. I'm not racist, but in high school we played this game where when we saw a black person, we yelled the N-word out the side of a car. No, that's racist. That's like everything about that is racist.
And then they try to explain to you that like what the real defensive ones do. They'll be like, when I say the N-word, I don't just mean black people. I mean like you can be that and be a white person. I just mean like ignorant people. And I'm just like, that doesn't make stop. Like, that doesn't make
I've
any
heard the
sense.
same explanation for homophobic slurs as well.
Yeah.
They're just justifying it because they want to use it.
Yeah, because they want to use it. Like, you can't take, like, one word out of your vocabulary, bro. Like, it's racist. There's no other way to fucking look at it. But the thing is that these people, most of these people very firmly believe that they are not racist.
I call it casual racism because they're not attending Klan meetings and like they're not like actively trying, like they're not consciously trying to shut down black people, but the shit they say continues a racist culture.
Right, but the thing is like at the very minimum, the shit that you're saying very much holds, like very much gives off the impression that you definitely think that you are superior to black people. You definitely hold a prejudice towards black people. And
if like you hear the N-word, you don't get like a kind of cringy feeling like in your spine. It's like I don't really feel good here anymore.
Yeah, I'm just like ooh, I don't like that. I'm
like you just sit down at a party and you hear that word and no one flips out. It's like I should probably go home.
Yeah, which is really cool because the only time, so like I work at Target. That's like my day job.
Shouts to Target.
Yeah, shout out to Target. The only time I'm allowed to argue with a customer is if they're racist.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, we had a whole like
it's not dope that they're racist, it's dope that you would get to say something back to someone so ignorant.
So like I was working like I do everything there, but like I was working cash register one time. This dude came up to me afterwards and we were like striking up conversation and it was like fine at first, and then out of pocket he was just like, yeah, he was like, I ain't gonna say much, but like, you know, there is one race that's more racist than all of them. And I was like, yeah, white people. And he was like, not what I was like. Oh, I didn't realize that I was talking to a libtard. And I was like, yeah, you are.
I'm from California, and so that's on my Facebook. And as soon as someone sees that, That's the word they throw at me. That has become my new N-word. Like in high school, like I was so much into hip hop that if you called me like a wigger, like that was my N-word. Now it's libtard. Like I don't even vote liberal and shit like that. But
yeah, no, it's just like that's not even like okay, cool, whatever. Like I just think that like black people have like a right to be treated as human beings, but whatever.
yeah, how about we just like respect each other? You know, that'd be kind of cool.
Trying so hard to like cast the blame onto something else, or they're trying so hard to be defensive that they will find any reason to excuse their behavior, or they'll be like me and my friend Jordan. Like once I'm gonna say this, like I'm a huge nerd. I play D&D like once a week, so
Yo,
yeah, I'm Jordan. We were talking about like so dead ass like one artist that I just cannot stand for the life of me is fucking Tom McDonald, bro.
it seems like everyone on Twitter hates him.
I hate that guy. So like I was so like Jordan was texting me one day and he was like, yo, Tom McDonald the kind of motherfucker to be like, hey yo, blacks are the real racists. And I was like, that's so fucking true, bro.
But he'll also turn around and try to convince you that because he said that, he's woke.
Yeah.
No, I don't like any of that shit.
Thinks he's like woke, and I'm like, I don't even understand how you have a fan base, because the entirety of your fan base is like the same people that go on Facebook, take a picture of you, and say, this guy wonders how he can't get a job.
No, if you're that type of person now, like you drive a pickup truck and you're still complaining about like, you know, the election and stuff, you definitely are fucking on Facebook with an eagle profile picture.
Yeah. I'm like all of Tom McDonald's like entire fan base is just dudes that wear Oakley sunglasses, fitted hats, and make rant videos in their pickup trucks.
It's fitted, but I don't have a pickup.
Yeah, and you're not wearing your fucking Oakley sunglasses.
Yeah, no, I did have Oakleys. They got eaten by a dog, though.
I love you know, people that want to be a part of like black culture and black music, but like also want to like talk shit about black people. That's great. It's really
just because you listen to hip hop doesn't mean you're like, okay, you get a say on these matters now. It's like,
I'm just like, some of his shit is so fucking corny, bro. He did this one song. We were like listening to one song because like one of our other friends, like he had never heard it, and I was like, oh no, you gotta like, here's this part, and there's just like one part was like, cancel culture got more power lately than the First Amendment, and I was like, you really thought you did something right there, bro? You really tried.
Those are slick little one-liner tweets that you think are gonna go viral.
Yeah, God, I hate that guy.
All right. So next episode, we're gonna shit all over Tom McDonald. We did an episode shitting on MGK, so I guess it's only right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they are like, God.
So if the empty Wikipedia was accurate, I would have known you were from Myrtle Beach and had a bunch of just Myrtle Beach questions lined up. But since you are from Myrtle Beach, what is your favorite surf shop? Wings, Eagle, or one of the other 13,000 surf shops on every corner of your city?
Well, the thing is that they're all Wings or Eagle.
There's so many names though. Like look in the phone book and it's like, oh my god, there's 50 Wings.
Yeah. There's like Wings, then there's Eagle. Yeah, there's one on every like block.
I forget the other name, but there's like 4 or 5 names they rotate.
Yeah, it's I can't remember the other ones. It's just like, whenever we were just playing our last like local show, we had our friends in a band from Florida come up, and they were like, oh, it's getting like kind of cold here. Is there any like stores I can buy like a Myrtle Beach hoodie in? And I was like, oh yeah, just hit the boulevard. You'll find like 5 of those. They were like, yo, I really want to buy like a Myrtle Beach weed t-shirt because I think that'd be so fucking funny.
There will probably be a lot of those too.
Plenty of those.
I went to one of those shops and they had a hoodie with the Pokemon on it and it said Tokemon and they were all stoned.
Yeah, sick. That's sick. I'm about that.
That's funny. Do you have any recommendations as far as mini golf or like shit to do in Myrtle Beach or like any hood rat stuff you used to do?
I'm pretty sure we have more like mini golf courses per like square mile anywhere else in
Jamie, what's the stats on that? Yeah, you're actually 5th. The leader is Orlando.
Oh man. We have so much, and the thing is, here's the crazy thing. they're all like owned by like one guy. So like you'll see like 10 mini golf courses. They're all different themes. They're all right next to each other. They're all owned by the same guy.
How much you want to bet he drives a Hummer?
Probably.
They always do. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's always a Hummer. Or like if he's old, then it's a Corvette.
All right, back the questions I had for the high school. What did you have any favorite bands in high school that probably shaped you into the cigarette smoking man you are today?
Linkin Park.
I've heard of that band.
Yeah, Linkin Park is my since I was like 13. It's been my all-time favorite band.
We're at 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
Linkin Park. I was really into Avenged Sevenfold when I was
all right.
18.
I won't judge you.
Yeah, I don't. That's not my vibe anymore. Their first like 2 albums were. I still think they're fantastic. After that, after I realized like what good guitar tone sounds like, then I was like, maybe Avenged Sevenfold's like not it. Once I started getting into like the Warped Tour scene kind of music, I'll say the first ever like metalcore band that I listened to, like Warped Tour metalcore band, was of Mice and Men.
Okay.
So that was like my introduction to like the Warped Tour scene.
A little Second and Sebring to take you back.
That was the very first song, and I was like, this is kind of dope. I was really into Mice and Men. Under Oath was a big one for me. Who else was I like really hard on? I listened
we're really kind about Of Mice and Men on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't, we don't got to talk about all that.
No, that's a whole different episode. We'll save that.
Yeah. So, another, now problematic one. I was really into Brand New in high school.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything is problematic now.
Really into Brand New. I was really into Taking Back Sunday. I liked a lot of like punk music. I listened to a lot of Rancid, a lot of Black Flag, a lot of Anti-Flag. So,
I like Rancid. Rancid's cool. Transplants. All the Travis Barker shit, and
yeah,
he's cool. Do you have any like favorite shows you attended, like when you started getting into as what we call the scene bands?
Yeah, when I got into the scene bands,
did you just mute us? How did we just go mute?
I saw Let Live at Warped Tour was awesome. So like that was like a very like defining moment for me. Let's see, like the first like scene band that I saw like that wasn't Warped Tour.
Or what was the first year you went to Warped? Like
first year I was 14, so that would have been 10 years ago.
2011?
Yeah.
I feel old.
Yeah, 2011 would have been my first tour.
Okay. Late bloomer.
Yeah. I was, because I'm only 24 now, so I was 14 at the time.
Very nice. Any other shows you remember or anything that shaped you?
I would say my first ever like live concert show thing I ever went to was Chevelle.
Oh, dude, they're sick.
Saw Chevelle at the House of Blues when I was it was right before I went to her, so I was like 14, and that was awesome. That was the first time I'd ever like I'd listened to Chevelle a little bit before going to that because my friend had showed me them, and I was like, this is sick. He was like, yeah, they're playing, do you want to like go? And I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. That, and then I didn't even really get into like local music. I didn't even know that Myrtle Beach had like a local scene until I was like 18.
I still don't know that.
Myrtle Beach now does not have a local scene.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
At the time we did. We had a few bands that were around. South Carolina, I would say up until about like 2019, we had a pretty decent scene. It wasn't, from what I've like heard and what I've seen, it wasn't like back in like 2008. Are you familiar with 100th?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's right. They're from there.
Yeah. So like in 2008, like the scene was like super popping in Myrtle Beach, but that was when they were here.
Okay, because I saw 100th It wasn't in Myrtle Beach, was it? No, where's the House of Blues?
House of Blues
Yeah.
is in. Yeah, this House of Blues in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, then it was that one. Yeah, I saw them, and then they went on like 1,000 tours with Counterparts.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely seen them. Man, if my co-host hadn't have died, he would have definitely enjoyed this conversation and all the Chevelle talk. It's fucking crazy. Oh, it's crazy how shit happens. We've been like really up Solid State's ass lately. They have a bunch of cool bands. We had The Undertaking on our show. We had Lightworker on, and now we have you guys. I want to know, like, what's the camaraderie like among these Solid State bands?
Everybody that I have ever talked to that is in a Solid State band, it's kind of just like one big happy family. Like everybody is super cool, super awesome. Since we got signed to Solid State, like I talk to Tuck from Fit for a King like all the time.
They're dope.
Like I sent him the demos for the album before we dropped it, and he gave me some like feedback on it. I've talked to Garrett from Silent Planet here and there. And then like the dudes from O Sleeper, like it is crazy that we did that tour with O Sleeper because that was also like one of my favorite bands when I was in high school.
They're an OG Solid State band.
Yeah, when I was like 16, O Sleeper, there was a minute where O Sleeper was like my favorite band. And
Vices Like Vipers?
Yeah, Vices Like Vipers. And then like, I don't know, man, like that next album where they had like Hush IL on it. Like I was playing that like front to back for days in my car when I was like 16.
They're a Texas band, I believe. Either that or they just have all my friends' heart because everyone out here likes O Sleeper a lot.
Yeah, they're from Texas and they are a super sick band. And like it's crazy because I like idolized those guys for like a hot minute, and then we did that tour with them, and I'm like, yeah, that's just Micah and Seth. And
they're just the homies now.
Yeah, they're just like the dudes. Yeah, I would redo that entire tour because every band on that tour was so sick. They were so like awesome, nice people.
I keep saying this just to put it in the ether, have it float out there and let the gods work on it and whatever. There should be like annual Solid State 4 or 5 bill band tours. It would be so sick. Like when I got really, really obsessed with the scene music and core bands, there was a Rise Records tour, and it made you fall in love with Rise because they had a certain sound. And I think right now, more than ever, Solid State has a specific sound, even though like Empty, probably more different than like The Undertaking and the Lightworkers and the heavier, the Silent Planets and stuff out there. There's a sweet sound in Solid State. Like, what if there was a festival?
That's what I've been, because I think that we have, like, Solid State has its own fan base that it could do a festival every year.
And they're based in Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had this wrong. I thought they were in Nashville because of the Tooth and Nail thing, and I haven't kept up or gone out there for anything. Seattle. Okay, so it rains all the damn time, and they don't do a ton of festivals. But shit, I mean, they don't do any festivals, so have one.
Right, and it's like you could just have it literally like anywhere else. Like,
I mean, really, as long as like it's like there's safety and like no one's getting dehydrated or stomped on, you gotta have it anywhere and fill it up, whatever.
I think most of the Solid State bands are anywhere between like, most of them are either in like Texas or California.
That's funny. Dude, there's like none in Seattle. They're based in the wrong state.
Yeah, there's like none in Seattle. They're all like Earth Groans is from like South Dakota.
Really? Is that why we're having so much trouble scheduling them?
Yeah, they're from South Dakota.
Oh man, I gotta get on these Wikipedias. See, when I Wikipedia Empty, dude, it's just a bunch of bullshit comes up, man. I'm like, I'm not finding you.
Yeah, I don't even think we have a Wikipedia page.
No, but man, there's way more bands that have a song or album called Empty than I ever imagined.
Oh yeah, it's really crazy that there's not really any artists that like in the U.S. that took that name.
No, when I saw it, that was my first thought. It's one of your handles is Empty as a band, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's a good handle because you're going to need to clarify what the hell you are because you're empty. But also, how did nobody take that by now?
We took, so the reason that our handle is Empty as a band is our very first show. I think we were opening up for like Palisades or something. It was our very first show. We were playing in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, dude. Was it what venue? Do you remember?
Drunk Horse.
Yes, the Drunk
Yeah.
Horse. I was totally drunk there, and I'm glad you said that name because I wouldn't have been able to tell you the name of it. It's totally there. There's a random strip club out front, right? Like the Peppermint Unicorn or something.
Yep. Yep. Super
Good
super random
times.
strip club.
Shouts to
We
Fayetteville.
pull up to the shout out to Fayetteville. We pulled up to the venue and we get in, we're loading in, and the guy who guess he's like the stage manager or whatever, he's like, what band are you with? And we're like, oh, we're Empty. He was like, Empty's a band? I thought that meant the slot was empty.
They picked a sweet ass font and put Empty right there in the middle of the bill just to let you know we're still trying to fill it. Oh man, that just makes me want to look at this tour flyer. Okay, it doesn't mean that there's an empty slot. It means that Empty the band is Oh man, brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I now have
So
even higher hopes for you guys because you have inside jokes that you steal from random encounters like that. That's the makings of a successful band.
So that was our first thing. We were like, okay, we need to. So it was our Instagram was Empty Band SC. Now it is Empty as a Band.
Empty as a Band. I like it. It's very descriptive. It tells me exactly what I'm looking at. Empty as a Band. I'm not on like Empty Magazine from Australia, which is apparently a thing, or Empty the British sitcom, which is apparently a thing. It's Empty the Band. Empty is a band.
Empty the.
In 162 words or less, why is Solid State so cool?
Solid State has looked out for us since day one. There was a tour that Sleeper tour where we were going from Georgia to Florida and our transmission blew out.
Oh God, I hate that.
And they fronted us the money to fix it, and we only had to pay back half of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they've really pushed us, and they've pushed anything that we were trying to do. They've helped us get on tours. Adam, our A&R, he was super about me doing this album that I wanted to do. And at first I didn't know how he was going to react to it, because I was like, this is so different from what we did last time. This is so different than anything else that's on the label. I was like, I don't know how he's going to feel about it. And he was like, nah, dude. He was like, I don't want to stifle your creativity at all. Do your thing. And I'll tell you if it's a bad song, but I support.
That's good. It's nice to hear good label stories, because there's a lot of stuff out there that floats around, like P. Diddy. I'll just say that, so we'll keep it simple. There's all the stuff about Bad Boy Records. It's nice to hear there's still labels trying to help the bands and work for them.
Right.
It's kind of rare, though.
Yeah, it is very rare.
All right, most important question we ask any band that comes on our show. All right, little confusing. Follow me here. If each of your 5 fingers were condiments, what 5 sauces would you pick to have for the rest of your life? Not 10, just the 5, same 5 each hand. Okay. Ketchup, mustard, whatever.
All right, mayo.
Oh, you're gross. I already hate this.
I'm a white guy. I like mayonnaise.
I'm white too. I hate it.
Honey mustard.
All right, I'm a fan.
That sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's.
Okay, I think you could do better, but
I will eat that shit up.
Are you a sweet and sour sauce fan?
Yeah, I love sweet and sour sauce.
Have you had Sweet Heat from Popeyes?
I have not.
Oh, man. Okay, so all their sauces are spicy, so that's their sweet and sour. It's Sweet Heat, but it's going to give you heartburn, but it's worth it. Delicious.
Can I count that yum yum hibachi sauce is that also a condiment?
That counts.
Okay. Yeah, that
one. It is mayonnaise based, so
I don't have the other things to make it.
I don't have the skill or the know-how.
I don't have the skill or the know-how. I just want it. Just want to have it. Damn, bro. I don't really eat mustard or ketchup. I don't know, man. I might have to go with good old barbecue sauce.
Do you have a Pacific one?
Oh man.
There's Sweet Baby Ray's. There's so when you like that?
Got to go with Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's. That's my barbecue sauce.
Lightworker a couple weeks ago got innovative and said, you're from Texas, whatever sauce is best out there, that's what I want. And I don't even know what it is, but you know what? Like, we counted it. That's a fair one.
Hell yeah.
So the best barbecue. So that's your 5 sauces.
That's my 5 sauces.
Beautiful. Yeah. You find out so much about a person through their sauces. Like I now I know that like high school was hell for you. I know your favorite bands and I know the sauces. I feel like we just bonded. I feel like I could figure out how these songs came to be. You are on tour right now with Earth Groans. They're heavy as shit. They don't sing at all. And you sing a little bit and you scream and it's awesome. I love the blend. You guys got a shit ton of dates. I think you're like way late to stage time. We've kept you forever. Are you stoked to be touring with Earth Groans? Are they cool dudes? Are they nice to you?
Oh yeah. Jeremy from Earth Groans, like we've known him for a minute. He did a guest spot on our last album that we did. And when we were on the Sleeper tour, we crashed with him at his place on our South Dakota date. And yeah, he's an awesome dude. And I've been trying to get to do a tour with him for like the last 2 years.
That's sweet. Damn, South Dakota. What is there to do in South Dakota besides listen to Earth Groans? We got, oh drink. Man. It's starting to break down. We're losing reception on you. That's the
only thing to do.
All right, perfect. That's all we need. So yeah, tonight you are in Tulsa, so everyone in Oklahoma should be at the show. I guess if they're watching this, they might not be at the show, so it's probably the wrong promotion. But check out Empty on tour right now with Earth Groans. Made of Fire is streaming freaking everywhere. If I want to stalk your social medias or bug you or like complain that you don't come to my city on tour, where can I find you?
We're you can find us anywhere. Our handle for literally everything is Empty as a Band.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is next for you guys? You got this tour going on. You're already thinking about the next record. You're probably gonna take the holidays off. What is Empty doing? Your schedule doesn't look empty.
Yeah, we have this, and then we're doing a little like weekend run with some regional states. I don't know what happened.
Wow.
There. But we're playing with
it was super laggy. So if you were saying cities and dates, we totally missed all of that. You said something about regional.
Oh yeah, so we're doing like a 3-day run with some regional friends that we have. There's a band called Dead Friends from Virginia, Dull Morning and Come Clean from North Carolina, and we're doing we're gonna play Myrtle Beach, Savannah, and Winston-Salem, and that's gonna kind of cap off our year. And then we're looking to start touring again in like spring 2022, and we're gonna keep doing that. Find a spot to record in, and other than that, we're just gonna keep staying on the road.
Badass. Very nice. Damn, you're playing all those places. Where the hell were you guys when I lived in North Carolina? I needed Empty, man. There was nothing going on then. I appreciate you coming on the show. Everyone needs to go check this tour out. It is dope as hell. I like this lineup. Like 2-band bill, you're gonna have some sweet openers, but this is a sweet blend of bands. Everyone needs to go check this shit out.
Right.